families, Miss Jenn here from Alphabet Academy North Campus. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about something I call setting Messpectations. Now, at our school, getting messy is part of our daily life, but that might not be the case at your home. So I'm going to give you some pointers about how you can be more comfortable with your children getting a little bit messy at home. First of all, I'm not prepared to get messy right now. Let's change that. Okay, I'm back. I went and put on something short-sleeved, old, cheap, cotton, easy to wash, something that if I get messy, it's not gonna bother me. The next important thing is to take a moment and make a plan with your child. What is the activity going to be and what space are we going to do the activity in? For example, I don't expect you to be planting muddy plants in your sitting room. I don't expect you to be exploring shaving cream in your home office. Maybe those are better suited for other areas. As it warms up and gets nicer, what activities can you do outside? Planting, exploring with paints and chalks, water-based activities, these are all things that can happen outside. Maybe there's some activities that can take place in your bathroom. The bathtub is a great place for some sensory play to occur, especially water-based sensory play. But sometimes that messy play is going to take place in a higher traffic area. First things first, let's clean up our existing area before we start making any more messes. Now that our area is clean, let's talk about some ways that you can minimize a greater impact in your home. Maybe you can lay down some newspaper or use an old towel. Perhaps you have an older cookie tray that you could put down under everything, or a disposable aluminum tray. For something smaller, maybe use a paper plate. If you're doing a painting activity, maybe use some disposable cups for easy cleanup. So you've taken all the steps to prepare for an upcoming messy activity. Are you ready to go? Not quite. It's still important to set some boundaries about the messy activity. Make a plan of whether or not this activity is going to take place with or without adult supervision. Make a plan for what happens if a spill happens. Make a plan for what's going to happen when the activity is all done. Is the child just going to get up and wash their hands, or do they need an adult support? All of these things are important to think about and will help prevent a bigger headache if something a little out of your comfort zone does happen. Okay, time to start that messy activity. I've chosen painting today because it's something that most children are going to be familiar with, and it's something familiar for the parents as well. Probably it's a messy activity that's at least a little bit in your comfort zone. A couple things to remember. We've planned this area for a reason. So if some paint gets on your newspaper or whatever else is underneath, that's okay. Likewise, it's okay if some paint gets on your hands or maybe even on your clothing. Once again, you've made a plan for all of these things. You know what's going to happen if a spill or a bigger mess happens. This is the time to sit back and watch your child explore, have fun. Maybe this is a time when you're going to join in too. Ask some questions. See where this activity takes you. The activity is over and now it's time to clean up. Once again, you made a plan for this, but make sure that this plan involves your child. Children ages 2, 3, 4, 5, they're perfectly capable of joining in and helping you with the cleanup. For example, in my classroom, I might hand my children the brush and tell them to go rinse it in the sink. Maybe that's not the plan for you. Maybe you bring the brushes to the sink, but your child joins you in rinsing them, and you lay out some towels or paper towels for the child to dry them. I hope that this helps you become a little more comfortable with messy activities. Painting is just the start for managing your Messpectations.